2 days ago, we made a video advising young baristas on how to get a good and a better cup of coffee. I'm doing this video today in response of some DM I received. Some people were telling me if you don't want to drink coffee, you can use a refractometer as a determinant of a good cup of coffee. Let's talk about a refractometer. What is actually a refractometer? I totally agree with you to a certain extent. To another extent, I don't agree with you. What's a refractometer actually? A refractometer, this is a tool that is used in determining what the strength of your coffee. It is measured using what? A TDS. What is TDS? TDS is simply means what? Total dissolvable coffee solute in your coffee. What do I mean? TDS is simply calculating how much coffee was dissolved from this grind coffee into your espresso. So once I have my espresso here, the refractometer is going to measure how much compounds, how much solubles were able to be dissolved from this grind coffee into my espresso. That's what TDS will give you. It only calculates what the strength of your coffee. What does that mean? Does it mean your espresso is just going to be based on the strength or flavor and other components? For you to be able to get a good cup is not just measured by the strength. It's not for nothing, or it's not for fancy when after even using TDS, when for competitions after the TDS, they will use the TDS. Judges will still take spoons and they will try to taste the coffee, they will try to smell, they get the aroma. TDS will only measure what the strength of your coffee. TDS will not tell you how let me say fruity, how much aroma does this coffee have. It is always very advisable. I do agree with you. You can use a refractometer to taste, to know the strength of your coffee. A refractometer should not be the end result. A refractometer should not be the sole basic term on which you will use to determine if your coffee is a good cup of coffee. You might have a very high TDS. High TDS simply means stronger cup of coffee. A weak TDS means what? A weaker cup of coffee. You might have a very high TDS, let's say 1 point, let's say 11 TDS for an espresso shot, which is very high. For TDS for an espresso shot, it should be between 8 to 12 or to 13. You might have a TDS of 11. That does not solely means that coffee is a perfect shot of espresso, because the TDS will only calculate the strength, how much dissolved compounds, how much solubles have been dissolved from that grind coffee into the espresso. It will not tell you how much aroma, how much flavor this coffee cup has gotten. It will not tell you if this coffee is bitter. It will not tell you if this coffee is balanced. It will only tell you the strength of that coffee. I do agree with you. You can use a refractometer to be able to determine if the strength of your coffee. A refractometer is limited, so you must be able tasting and drinking your cup of coffee. You can go along with a refractometer. A refractometer should not be the sole or the main equipment you should use, or your final conclusion you should use to determine if your cup of coffee is a good one or not. Only your tongue, only your mouth will be able to tell you how flavorful, how balanced this cup of coffee is. A refractometer will be able to tell you how much solubles were able to be dissolved into this cup of coffee, how much stronger, or let me say how much strength is your coffee. Do well to always taste your coffee. Then you get the final conclusion. Thank you. Your favorite barista coffee master.